Hello and welcome to Mizzou Arena for the final game tonight in this Show Me Showdown. We have the Class 3 boys third place game between the Mount Vernon Mountaineers and the Lutheran North Crusaders, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get underway with the tip, and just to build the suspense, we're going to do that one more time. Redo. Here's the tip, and now it will be controlled by Lutheran North. Bringing the ball up will be Verdure. Holman over to Mitchell. Mitchell, both these teams actually losing heartbreaking games to go to the finals. Mitchell was a very big bright spot for the Crusaders, but he fouled out. Bradford as well. He was another foul out for the Crusaders. You have to think if they had both of those in, these guys might be playing for the finals right now. But that is neither here nor there. This is a third place game between the Crusaders and Mountaineers. Verdure trying to get free. 15-footer, that's good. Verdure gets the Crusaders up 2-0 early. Caden Jones bringing the ball up. And it looks like a 3-2 zone played by the Crusaders. 5 count on Jones. He gives it up. Here's Phillips trying to drive baseline. He gets cut off. He's in trouble. Double team. He finds Phillips. Now here's Jones trying to get that inside the middle, and he does. Chandler Myers with his first bucket of the game. Verdure looks like he's trying to run something off. Might have twisted an ankle on that play. Mitchell passing it over to Holman. Trying to work inside. They have it inside now. They kick it back out, and there will be a traveling call on Mitchell. First turnover for Lutheran North. Coming in just before 2 minutes in this first quarter. Jones met by Mitchell. Mitchell 6'1". Jump shot by look to be Williams, and he can't get that to fall. 3 ball by Verdure. Off the front of the rim. Rebound. Now here comes Jones. He's weaving in. Pass it over to Phillips. Baseline. He'll get the friendly roll. Zane Phillips, a junior forward for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers coming a long way from last season. Last season they were 14-3. This season 22-6 entering the tournament. Skip Brock doing a fantastic job with his basketball team. Holman passing it. Mitchell for 3. Off the back of the iron. Mount Vernon looking to push. Here's Williams. And he'll actually lose the ball. There'll be a turnover for the Mountaineers. Substitution already coming on in will be Luke Call. He will substitute in for Skylar Phillips. I'm not sure what's wrong with Verdure, but he looks like he's trying to shake off something. Holman. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell to Verdure. Trying to find Bradford inside. Here's Mitchell driving the baseline. He won't get a foul called, or he won't get any part of the rim for that matter. Now Crusaders are in a man-to-man defense. Williams driving the lane. He gets swatted by Harrell. Going to take a quick look at that again. Harrell not giving up. He's beat initially, but still stays with it, and he'll get not only the swat, but he'll give his team the ball. Bradford coming out. No one inside. Here's Harrell. Not able to get that to fall. Williams double teamed. He will try to get it out, but he gets fouled in the process. And that foul will be on Bradford. Lutheran North in a full court press. Everyone clears out. It'll be Jones and Holman. Bradford trying to come up for a double team, not working. Call, passing back over Phillips. Phillips for the bank. He'll get the shot actually. Not going for the bank. He'll just go right for the rim and he gets it. 4 points for Phillips. Verdure for three. He answers. Anthony Verdure with all 5 of the Lutheran North Crusaders points thus far. Now it's a zone press. Williams back out to Call. Call trying to find something, and now the Crusaders are back in a zone defense, trying to confuse the Mountaineers. Jones stuck with a dribble. Call keeping it up high, trying to find anyone. Spacing very cramped for the Mountaineers. 3 shot by Jones. That'll go off the back of the rim. Fight for the rebound. Bradford will end up getting it. He'll pass it over to Holman. Mitchell driving in the paint. Jump pop. Not a gracious roll for Mitchell. Williams getting around Mitchell. He'll pass it over to Jones, who will give it to Phillips, who now it's over back to Luke Hall, and now back to Williams. On the perimeter, here's Jones for a 3. That's off. And Myers not able to get the rebound. Bradford trying to set it up. Here's Verdure, another 3-point for Verdure. He gets it. 2 for 3 for Verdure, 8 points. And there will be another foul call on Bradford. Bradford already with 2 fouls, and he needs to make sure he doesn't foul out. He might be in danger of doing that for the 2nd consecutive game. And now coming in will be Alex Mathis. He will relieve Bradford. Giving up a little bit of height with that substitution. Williams passing it over to Call, now back over to Williams. Trying to dissect the zone. Mathis covering Jones. Now here's Williams trying to find the baseline. Call able to avoid that turnover. Jones, 15-footer. Just off the back of the rim, and that'll be a foul on Myers. And now we go back to those 2 3-pointers by Verdure. And here's the first one. No one getting out. And if 1 is good, 2 is better. Verdure almost the exact same location. Got to make sure that Verdure doesn't get that 3-pointer, and there will be a walk by Harrell. Verdure is the only player on this Crusaders team who has scored. Jones pushing a press. Tried to get a little too fancy, loses the ball, but possession will stay with the Mountaineers. Shane Williams throwing the ball in. Jones was open for a while, now gives the call. They get it back into Phillips. Trying to find the inside part of that zone. There's a trap on Williams. Williams dribbles out of it. He passes it across court to Jones. Phillips getting the back door to Jones. Jones drives the baseline. He will get a blocking call on Harrell. And that'll be the first foul for Harrell. The 13th foul for the Crusaders. Houseman will come in for Chandler Myers. Call getting the ball. He's running point, passing it back over to Jones. Jones orchestrating the offense. Looks like they're holding for last shot. Jones able to drive through that double team. Phillips trying to find someone, anyone. Here's Luke Call, 5 seconds left. 14-footer, he'll get it. 8-8, 1 second left. And no shot for Holman. So after the first quarter, 8-8, we'll look back at that last replay by Call, driving by Holman, and just mid-range game galore for the Mountaineers. So after the first quarter, Mount Vernon 8, Lutheran North 8. We'll go ahead and come back here for the start of the second quarter here on FoxSportsMidwest.com.
Fisher would like to recognize the Farmers Insurance agents of the game. Mary Seafried from Florida, Rose Gregory from Forest. For more information on Farmers Finance Insurance, call Agents of Farmers or visit farmers.com. Proud sponsor of the MSHSAA and proud to be on your team.
Eight here in the second quarter. Phillips looking to get that ball away, and it will stay with the Mountaineers. Williams falling to the ground, but still maintaining possession for Mount Vernon. Myers catches it on top. He'll give it to Call. Call trying to find Williams. Williams over to Jones. Jones driving baseline. He gets cut off. Now they're able to get inside to Myers. Now Jones wide open. Bad pass. He had to gather himself. Couldn't shoot that three. Williams passing it over to Call. Call over to Jones. Now here's Myers. He'll get the 15-footer. That's good. Four for Chandler Myers. 10-8 Mountaineers. Thompson in the game. He's running point. Getting it over to Mitchell. Trying to give Verdure an open spot. Baseline shot for Verdure. That's not going down. Now here come the Mountaineers. They have a fast break. And there'll be a good steal by Thompson. Now Thompson's going. He wants a fast break of his own. Mitchell driving the lane. He'll get 2 points. So the first point scored that is not from Anthony Verdure from the Crusaders. Williams coming up. He's got it at the elbow. In and out. Verdure passing it over to Thompson. Thompson orchestrating the offense against this 2-3 zone. Mitchell just inside the three-point line. That's no good. And Mountaineers have numbers. There will be a pushing foul, and that looks to be on Thompson. And we'll have another look on that shot by Mitchell, just driving the lane. No one able to stop him. Easy 2 points for the Crusaders. Myers trying to get that inside, able to keep his dribble on swat by Bradford. Bradford on the left wing. And now Mitchell giving it off to Thompson. Thompson trying to drive in. Here's Mitchell baseline. That's an air ball. Jones walking it up. Pass it back over to Phillips. Phillips for three. Off the iron, but here's Myers. Myers coming back with the follow, and he'll get those 2 points. 3 rebounds, 6 points for Chandler Myers, and there will be a timeout for the Lutheran North Crusaders. 12-10 here in Mizzou Arena. 5:15 left in the second quarter. And we're going to go back to that block by Bradford. Myers able to keep his dribble. Looks like he might have a shot, but Bradford just straight down. Not even trying that slow motion. All ball. Doesn't get much better than that. Actually hits his teammate Harrell in the process. Mount Vernon has to be pleased with their effort, as well as Lutheran North. Both are shooting a respectable over 33%. Lutheran North actually shooting just over 33%, 33.3. Mount Vernon, however, they're shooting just under 43%. Mitchell, however, needs to get it going for the Crusaders. He's only 1 for 6. A couple of those shots, he was trying to draw a couple fouls. So they were crazy shots, but nonetheless, 1 for 6. Now here comes Verdure. Working it around the zone. Verdure gets inside. Kicks it back out to Bradford. Bradford. Back iron. Good rebound by Zane Phillips. Now here comes Call. Oh, and that'll be a traveling drug at the foot. Here comes Thompson bringing the ball up court. Verdure driving in. And he will somehow find enough room to get the shot off and get the 2 points. Call passing it back over to Williams. Little 2-man game right there. Phillips getting the feed inside. And he might have walked. He did. Pivot foot's so important. And we're going to look at the layup here by Verdure. At 2 steps. I heard a lot of fans wanting a travel call. That was good basketball. Verdure able to keep 2 steps and weave in between that zone defense. Verdure passing it back over to Thompson. Thompson over to Mitchell for baseline. That won't go. And Skylar Phillips with the rebound. Trying to cross over Thompson. Back into Williams in the paint. He'll get the 2 points. Everyone getting in the action for Mount Vernon. Verdure is really the only one who has scored for the Crusaders. And that won't go down, but Harrell, he'll get the rebound, he'll try to go back up, and he'll go to the line for 2. Look back at the play, Verdure's shot just goes in and out. Harrell, he gets position inside of Myers, tries to go back up, and he gets hacked. And that is the 2nd foul on Myers. Harrell barely gets the rim on that free throw. Harrell only 1 for 2 at free throws in his last game against Hogan Prep. And he's 1 for 2 here. Substitution in for Harrell will be Alex Mathis. Phillips getting the ball, and they're setting up there. Press break. Jones back over to Skylar Phillips. Phillips back over to Jones. They get it to Zane Phillips. Zane Phillips gets in the middle to avoid that trap. And now Jones takes it up top. Trying to get it inside. They're able to do that. Phillips with the pass to Hausman. Hausman not expecting it. That's a turnover. Here comes Verdure and the Crusaders. Passing it over to Bradford. Back over to Verdure. Mitchell, he likes that baseline. Trying to work it around. Here's Thompson. He'll shoot three. That won't go down. Good bounce out by Hausman. And everyone's getting on the floor. There's Mitchell on the floor. And he was on the line, so that will be Mount Vernon ball. Both teams wanting a little bit of redemption. As I said earlier, both teams suffering heartbreaking loss. Here comes Jones. Williams back over to Phillips. Phillips finding Hausman, and that'll be a walk. Hausman, again, not expecting that pass. Like I was saying earlier, Mount Vernon could very well be in the final, playing for the state title. They lost 58-56, and that was coming from late free throws from Charleston's Sumner Foster. I'm sorry, that was actually coming from Krushan Scott of Charleston. And again, that could have gone either way, as before that foul, there was a tip-in by Mount Vernon. And the refs actually called that a over-the-back call. But here in the third place game, Mount Vernon wanting a little bit of revenge. Verdure, he'll get the jump shot. 5 for 8 from the field with 12 points already. Jones trying to split the double team himself. He does. He keeps his dribble somehow. He gets it into Williams. Williams gets the 2 points, using his body to shield off the defender nicely. Thompson trying to get inside. He gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell over to Verdure. Why not? He's been the player right now for the Crusaders. That shot won't go. One minute left coming up for Mount Vernon and Lutheran North. Here's Jones for three. That'll get down. Caden Jones with the three-pointer, the senior guard. Very low-scoring game in this one. Thompson trying to find someone. Here's Verdure. There's Thompson, back out. That'll be Mathis. Mathis, he'll get 2 points. 14 seconds left. Now Jones trying to find anyone. They break the press. They have 8 seconds left. Phillips back over to Jones. 5 seconds left. He'll drive the lane. Stop and pop off the back end of the iron. 2 seconds left. That shot was a little early. But nonetheless, the Mount Vernon Mountaineers leading this one 19-17. Here going into halftime. And please stick with us here for the second half coverage of this Class 3 boys third place game here on FoxSportsMidwest.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention some more as Jared Ryer and Justin Murphy of Mount Vernon, Daniel Yearsley and Jacob Johnson of Lutheran North. Team that completes a layup, a free throw, followed by another layup and a three-pointer that makes it to the center local first wins. So be sure to cheer your Insurance.
Hello, hello. Are you there? I got you. Can you hear me? Okay, very good. Well, I heard you. I don't think you were hearing me. And we're back here in the third quarter, and Lutheran North and Mount Vernon, they are now tied 19-19. And now we have Chandler Myers shooting free throws. And that is good. Mount Vernon up 21-19 now. Minute going in. We have Thompson kicking out to Bradford. Bradford over to Holman. Holman seeing limited action in the first two quarters. He'll drive the lane. Little up and under, not doing. Myers trying to get the board. He secures it. He gives it back over to Jones. Jones, a little behind the back move. He'll be guarded by Holman, and there will be a carry call on Jones. Turnover for the Mountaineers. Substitution, and Verdure will be coming on in for Holman. Now back into this 2-3 zone of Mount Vernon. Bradford getting it up top, passing it over to Thompson. Thompson back to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to find Verdure. A lot of motion in this Crusaders offense. Now here's Harrell trying to get it. Actually, that's Harrell. He'll try to get the putback. Not able to do so the first time. He will the second time on a Jerome Mitchell drive. Zone press by the Crusaders. Back over to Jones. Now back over to Call. Call loses it temporarily. Make sure he doesn't get into that half-court trap. Two-pointer by Myers. That's off. Crusaders looking to push. Good shot by Verdure. He will use his body well. Get that defender away from him. There'll be a timeout quick for the Mount Vernon Mountaineers. Lutheran North regaining the lead. They are up 23-21. Go back to that last bucket by Verdure. Little crossover on Call right there, just high off the glass. And Verdure with 16 of the Lutheran North 23 points. He is 7 for 12 shooting. Only has one foul, so doesn't have to worry about foul trouble just yet. As for everyone else, not too good. Everyone else looks 3 for 15. So outside of Verdure, everyone else is shooting. Not a very high percentage at all. Referee going over to the Mount Vernon bench, telling them to hurry up, their time is up. 5:36 remaining here in the third quarter. Mount Vernon down by 2. Crusaders on a little bit of a run. Jones getting the throw in. Passing it back over to Call. Call trying to pass it over to Jones, but he loses the ball. There's Verdure. He'll go in. Not able to get the original. There will be a foul. And that looks like that will be on Call. And now we have Harrell going to the free throw line. Actually, we do not. We actually have a throw in underneath the basket. And now Call will be substituted out. Skylar Phillips will be in. Harrell taking it at the top. Bradford on baseline, back over to Thompson. Thompson getting it back into the middle, over to Verdure. That's his spot. Mitchell driving baseline, that's his spot too. He'll get 2 points. And almost another turnover. Williams able to get the pass to Myers. Myers over to Phillips. Phillips with the lane. He'll get 2 points. Run and gun for both these teams right now. Verdure looking to find Mitchell. Mitchell driving the lane, passing it back out to Thompson. Thompson, that's a 2. Still good. Jones back over to Phillips. Phillips to Jones. Jones beating the press. Needs to watch his back. Mitchell 6'1", Jones 5'10". And there's a bit of a miscommunication there. Zane Phillips thinking Skylar Phillips was going to cut into the lane. We're going to look at the bucket by Zane Phillips. And Myers, actually good dish, finding her. And then now we have the Lutheran North Crusaders. And that's a 2-point shot by Thompson. And almost the exact same situation where you have Verdure. Verdure passing it back over to Bradford, swinging it across the 3-point line. Finding Mitchell inside, and Mitchell able to get through the 2 defenders. Jones trying to get through the press, he does so. Back over to Phillips. Phillips thinking about 3, he thinks better of it. Jones takes back out. Phillips back over, good pass to Williams. Williams not able to get that lay in, but he sticks with it. However, it'll be the Crusaders' ball. 3-point by Verdure. 3 points for Verdure. He has 19. And Lutheran North, I don't know where they came from. They are now leading the Mountaineers by 9 points here in the 3rd quarter. Now we're going to go back to Lutheran North, and here's the shot by Verdure. Just catch and release. Just perfect. And now here from a different angle. Just doesn't get any prettier than that. And if you remember, that was off a Shane Williams, I should say, missed layup. Twirled around the basket, wasn't able to drop. A 5-point swing in favor of Lutheran North. Could easily be 29-25 North, but instead it's 32-23. Lutheran North needs to compose themselves now. Make sure, usually when you get up with a big lead, heads get a little bit bigger. Make sure it's still fighting. And Mount Vernon also needs to compose himself. Getting down by this much could hurt your confidence. Phillips in the trap, he gets out of it. Williams back over to Phillips. Phillips over to Jones, cross court, Jones for 3. That's good. Caden Jones with the 3-point shot. Lead is cut to 6. Verdure driving the lane. Somehow he gets the roll. Anthony Verdure with 21. Jones coming back up, passing it over to Phillips. And just a simple miscommunication by the Mountaineers. And after that turnover, Skylar Phillips will take a breather. Substituting in for him will be Luke Cole. Mount Vernon needs to figure out a way to stop Anthony Verdure. He is single-handedly beating this Lutheran North team. I should say Mount Vernon team. He plays for Lutheran North. Here's Bradford driving baseline. He gets cut off. Mitchell. Back over to Bradford. Verdure driving. And just inside 3-point. Not able to get the bounce. But there's a lot of fight going on. And somehow the Mountaineers come away with it. Luke Call backing it out, giving it back to Jones. Jones passing it to Phillips. Phillips trying to get that to Call. That doesn't work, and now here comes Mitchell. He's got numbers. Mitchell will take it himself for the lay-in. Phillips dribbling the ball up court, giving it back over to Jones. Jones dribbling, doing it himself, and he'll get the left-handed lay-in. Caden Jones showing he's not tired. Minute left in the third quarter. Bradford with a 15-footer. Baseline, not able to get it. Harrell gets the rebound. Actually, it'll be a tie-up. Williams and Harrell. A little bit of extra after the whistle. And that will actually be Mount Vernon ball. Hausman substituting in for Phillips. Possibly giving Phillips a little bit of a breather here. Been a big part. He has 6. Zane Phillips has 6 points on the night. Hausman. And back over to Williams, and now here's Jones. Jones has Call open in the corner. He finds him. Call over, finding Williams. Williams, touch pass to, looks like Myers. Myers not able to hang on to it. Verdure driving the lane. Doing that so well. Not able to get the spin, but there's Harrell, right place, right time. He'll get the putback. Ten-point lead for Lutheran North. Jones looking for a last shot, it looks like. 10 seconds left. He'll pass it off to Call. Call will give it back to Jones. Jones. 4 seconds. They got to do something quick. Here's Williams. He's driving the lane. 15-footer. That was good right before the buzzer. And Mount Vernon, a lone bright spot here in this quarter as they are down by 38-30. We'll take another look at that shot right before the buzzer. It's right at the elbow. Stop and pop. Doesn't get much easier than that for Shane Williams, the 6-foot junior guard. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and bring you the rest of this game, starting with the fourth quarter here on FoxSportsMidwest.com.
Congratulations to Mount Vernon sponsors McCandless and Lutheran North's Maggie Burson. Each of them recognized by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and Show Me Good Sports. Each of them presented a Show Me Good Sports shirt.
38-30. That's the score at the end of the third quarter here, right before we get underway for the fourth quarter. Mount Vernon Mountaineers, they were up by 2 at halftime, and now they are down by 8. However, it will be, looks to be the Crusaders' ball here. Thompson throwing the ball in. Verdure bringing the ball up. We'll see if Lutheran North is looking to slow this game down or they want to keep this fast-paced tempo. Mathis passing it back to Verdure. Verdure thinking about a jump shot, passes it back to Thompson. Here's Mitchell for a jump shot. That's good. Mitchell coming alive here. Starting off 1 for 8, he is now 5 for 12. Jones passing it back to Luke Call. Zane Phillips. Trying to find someone. Here's Williams. Back over to Call. Call in the double. Not able to get out of it. Crowd pleading for a foul. They won't get it. Now here's Mitchell. He'll get another 2 points. He is 5 for 5 since going 1 for 8. He now has 12 points. He's given a little bit of breather to Verdure. Williams back over to Call. Call over to Jones. Jones thinking about it. So is Call. Now Jones will fire. Just off the back end of the rim. Rebound by Mathis. Don't have numbers, but Verdure will shoot anyway. That's good. 4 for 5 on 3-pointers for Anthony Verdure. 24 points on the game. There'll be a foul call on Mathis. And we'll have another look at the three. Verdure doesn't have numbers, but Jones playing off him. Plenty of room for Verdure to just spot out for a three-pointer, and that's exactly what he does, shooting 80% from three-point land. Mount Vernon needing an answer, and an answer quick. Down by 15. And it did not take long for that to happen. Williams at the top of the key, guarded by Thompson. Jones thinking about a shot, back over to Williams. Williams thinking about it. Inside to Myers. Myers, and that'll be swatted away from Harrell. Harrell's such a great shot blocker, and you see that here. Myers trying to go straight up into his body. Harrell is having none of that. Adams now out with the ball. Williams looking to find someone. He finds Myers. Myers driving in again. He'll be blocked again, but not after a foul. And that foul will be on Harrell. And Myers will go in for 2 shots. That is Harrell's 3rd foul of the game. Just off the front end for Myers. First free throw miss of the game. Not a lot of free throws shot in this game. This is only the 6th free throw shot in the entire game. That's with both teams combined. Here's Verdure. Passing that up to Mathis. Mathis with the bank shot, just rolling away. Phillips trying to get that off Harrell, not able to do so. Now here comes Williams. Williams driving the lane. He'll take it himself. Floater is good. Shane Williams, 8 points today's game on 4 of 9 shooting. Now here's the guy Mount Vernon needs to keep a very close eye on. Trap on Thompson. He gets away from it. Bradford giving it up to Verdure. Williams trying to go for the steal, not able to do so. Here's Verdure with the windmill layup. Now Jones doing his best impersonation. Now here's Adams. He won't get the shot to go, but Phillips will get the rebound. Back over to Jones. Jones for 3. Just off the back iron. Look at that sky-high rebound by Chandler Myers, and he will get rewarded with 2 points. 7th rebound of the game for Chandler Myers. Lutheran North up 13, 47-34 with 4:37 left to play. Look at that shot again. Jones just off the back iron. And Myers just skying up, out-jumping Harrell. And that's not easy to do. Harrell 6'4". Myers, he is 6'3", so he just had to jump that extra inch. But nonetheless, he is rewarded with 2 points. Lutheran North needs to make sure they keep their game plan, not get overconfident here. That 8-point lead was quickly built to 15, and now it's at to 13. And if Mount Vernon can hit a couple of 3-pointers, they could find themselves easily back in this game. Right now they are 2 for 8, shooting 25%. Only one making a 3-pointer would actually be Caden Jones. He is 2 for 6. We'll see if Mount Vernon is looking to pressure or if they will play half-court defense. It looks like they're looking for half-court defense. Thompson, almost a steal by Williams. Verdure thinking about 3. He'll drive the lane. And he doesn't get it, but everyone in the paint for the Crusaders, and Mitchell will get the 2 points. Phillips looking to get the call, trying to get back over to Phillips. Phillips getting across the line. Phillips finding, and he'll get the 2 points. 13-footer for Zane Phillips. And that'll be a foul call. And that'll be on Shane Williams. Mount Vernon crowd not appreciative of that call. Substitution coming on out will be Thompson. Coming on in will be Holman. Here's Holman guarded by Skylar Phillips. Now here's Verdure. That was stripped by Phillips, but it'll still save Crusaders ball. Crusaders trying to get that ball in. And that'll actually go Mount Vernon's way. A turnover for Lutheran North. Very rare this game. That is only their fourth. So averaging 1 a quarter. We'll see if Mount Vernon can do anything with it. Williams dribbling through. Phillips getting it back to Williams. Williams dribbling through again. Skylar Phillips thinking about a three. Thinks better of it. Here's Jones. Now back over to Skylar Phillips. He'll shoot for three. Off the front of the iron. Zane Phillips getting the rebound. He is not able to save it though, and it'll go Crusaders' way. Skylar Phillips will now be substituted, and coming back in will be Chandler Myers. Mitchell getting the ball, and he'll get it before he gets caught in that trap. Verdure gain to Mitchell. Mitchell inside. He'll get 2 points off the bank shot. Mitchell turning it on like a light switch here in the second half. And we'll take a look. Good pass by Verdure. Just a little hop step, gets around that first defender going for that steal. And another 2 points. Mitchell has 16 on the night. Shane Williams passing it to Phillips. Phillips thinking about three-pointer. He'll do a floater from the free throw line. Passing back down to Williams. Williams inside, now back over to Jones. Jones for three. That's good. Caden Jones cuts the lead to 12 for Mount Vernon with 2:37 left to play. We'll have another look at that three-pointer. Williams able to find Jones on the outside, left wing. And before Mitchell could get there, Caden Jones has another 3 points. He has a team leading 11 on the game so far, 3 for 7 from three-point land. Chandler Miles also having a good game. He has 10 points and 7 rebounds. He's close to a double-double. Shaden Williams has 8, and so does Zane Phillips. Mount Vernon shooting a very respectable 47%, but they're giving up almost 49% shooting to Lutheran North. Verdure trying to find someone. He finds Mitchell, and he gets it back to Verdure. And that looks like that'll be a charging call on Verdure. Skylar Phillips coming in for defense, and now he'll be substituted out for Chandler Myers. And let's see if Mount Vernon can get this lead cut to single digits. Phillips for three. Air ball. Mitchell getting that back out to Holman. Holman finding Bradford. Bradford with the 2 points. And now here comes Mount Vernon, and it's another missed layup by Williams. That's his second missed layup of today's game. 2 minutes left. Lutheran North up 14. Here's Verdure. He will get the and one. And right now, can you stop Anthony Verdure? 28 points, 13 of 22 shooting. And we'll have another look. Simple hop step. Just completely fooling Myers. And Verdure giving everything he has in this Class 3 boys third place game. Jones getting around Mitchell. There will be a foul on Harrell. And Jones trying to will his team back in it. Down 17, a minute 47 left. Caden Jones passing it in to Phillips. Over to Call. Here's Caden Jones for three. Off the front end. Rebounded by Mount Vernon. That's taken away by Mitchell. But Mitchell traveled when taking the ball away. So that ball will go back to Mount Vernon. Chandler Myers coming back in, and he will substitute in for Adams. Williams getting it back out to Jones. To Phillips now. He'll drive the lane. And there's Call. 2-point shot, no good. Harrell with the rebound. Zane Phillips trying to get the ball from him, not able to do so. And now here's Verdure. That'll be a foul on Williams. Fourth team foul for Mount Vernon. So they need 3 more before Lutheran North is in the bonus. Verdure, and there's another foul on Williams. That is Williams' 3rd foul of the game. Trying to follow the ball in. He finds Holman. Holman giving it over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the 2 points. Mitchell coming up a little hobbling. Zane Phillips for 3. Off the front end of the rim, and Mitchell gets the board. That's stolen by Jones. Jones gets it, but Mitchell gets it right back. Now here comes Verdure in the Crusaders. Verdure, he gets blocked by Phillips. Verdure looking to get to 33 points. He already has 31 on the game, and there will be a substitution. Coming on in for Mount Vernon will be Adams. And Houseman, and coming in for Lutheran North, you got Verdure. You got Raphael Robinson. You got Joshua Bright. Christopher Davis and Cameron Jackson. Jones passing it back out to Call. Call for 3. That's an air ball. And now you have another substitution. And coming on out for the Crusaders is Anthony Verdure. Substituting in for him will be Nicholas Bauman. Bowman with the ball. And he'll get that taken away. Call keeping his dribble. 25 seconds left. 3-point. That's good. Braden Adams with the 3-point. There'll be another timeout. Looks like coach is trying to get a couple more players into the game. And coming on in will be Nicholas McGrew and Christian Goff. Seconds left, and Lutheran North look to be the winners of this Class 3 boys 3rd place game. But Mount Vernon is still putting up a fight. Houseman gets fouled on the shot. Houseman looking for his first 2. First one rimming out. Here's the second. That'll go down. 58-43. 8 seconds left to go. 3-point shot. That'll go for Cameron Jackson. And that'll be it. The Class 3 boys third place winner is the Lutheran North Crusaders with a final score of 61-43 over the Mount Vernon Mountaineers. And you have to give all the credit to number 1, and he played like a number 1 for Lutheran North, and that'll be Anthony Verdure, 31 points. 31 of the 61 points scored by one player, the junior guard, Anthony Verdure. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Nick Adams on Fox Sports Midwest.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for our awards. And cheerleader captain Taylor Marsh from Mount Vernon High School to bring forward the 2012 fourth place trophy to the Bishop Board of Directors, member Mr. Dennis Cornish, representing the Southwest District. Congratulations to Class 3 fourth place team from Mount Vernon High School for the following season. Individual medals will be presented to the team, including head coach Skip Rock. Assistant coaches Jim Klein, Mike Craig, and Ethan Crowley. Team members Skylar Phillips, Joseph Dorr, Luke Paul, Alex Johnson, Chandler Myers, Dean Jones, Brandon Shane Williams, Zane Phillips, and Grayson Ketron. Congratulations to the fourth place team. Mount Vernon Mountaineers finishes here at 22-7. Now, ladies and gentlemen, cheerleading captain Janae Hayes and Zakiah Williams from Lutheran North High School brings forward the 2012 third place team trophy to Bishop Board of Directors member Mr. John Howell, representing the St. Louis District. Congratulations to the Class 3 third place team from Lutheran North High School, their final season. Individual medals will be presented to the team, including head coach Brent Bruder. Assistant coaches Troy Pierce, Cortland Ware, Heath Ware, and Philip Williams. Team members Anthony Verdure, Glenn Brown,